A warrior is not an aggressor. It just means it's the best version of us. A warrior is the time that you take ownership over your life and you say, I'm the problem, I am the solution. If I succeed or I fail, it's all on me. That's the warrior archetype. And we all had that inside of us. Meaning if you were ever someone, like me, they got fired from a job and decided to turn their life around, that was a warrior moment. If you were ever a mother, birthed a child, and you went through labor pains, those were warrior pains. That was a warrior moment. If you're ever someone who went through bankruptcy and you flipped it around, that was a warrior moment. You're ever someone who got divorced and turned it around, that was a warrior moment. Those are all warrior moments. You failed in school, and you turned it around. That was a warrior moment. So we all have a warrior inside of us. So a warrior is just the best version of us. That's all it is, right? But you could be a prayer warrior. You could be a sales warrior. You could be anyone, right? But that's what a warrior is, the best version of us. Now, inside of that, there are these three kind of sub-archetypes, right? So these kind of three pieces of a warrior, and that's a leader, a protector, and a servant. And so I'm going to quickly share with you these three kind of traits, of a warrior. And I want you to write in the chat box the one that is your most dominant. So you're going to put a number 1 next to the one that's your most dominant, then number 2 that's second, and number 3 would be your most dormant. This doesn't mean it's not inside of you. Actually, quite the opposite. We're going to unleash it in you over the next 90 days. So you're going to become more balanced overall, the leader, protector, and servant. But today, starting out, you're probably more of one than the other. So you're more of a leader, you're more of a protector, and more of a servant. Not one is better than the other. Let me be very clear of that. Each of us, we have one and we got to work on the other ones. All right. So yeah, I'll go through really fast. All right. So a leader, if a leader is your selling style, then you're all about a process. You're all about sticking to a process, all about forcing decisions, leading a customer through decisions, figuring out where they want to come from and where they want to go to. You stick to a process. You're very structured. Okay. If a protector is your dominant archetype, then you're all about making sure that you're protecting them from the media, from their friends and family, from their own fears, their own worries, their own insecurities. You're protecting them from people or things or whatever that's telling them to not do something. Sometimes it's your biggest competitor that's got a cheaper product or they're manipulating them. And so you want to protect them from making a wrong decision. And then last is a servant. The servant archetype, it's all about the why. Why are they really trying to solve this problem? Well, what are they really trying to move towards? It's not about the home. It's about something else. It's not about the remodel. It's about something else. It's about making them look better for their, father-in-law. It's about giving their wife something, their husband something. It's about, whatever. What is it that they're trying to serve? And they're really trying to figure out, what's the problem? What's the problem that only I can solve with this product or solution? I got to figure that out. And I'm going to ask those questions. I'm going to go deep. All right. So right now, again, put in the chat box, which one do you identify with more? Again, your selling style. Again, we all have all of us, or some of us, but yours kind of natural selling style. Is it leader first? Is it protector first and then servant? And then what's your second place and your third place? So as you guys are looking through, again, this is in my book, Warrior Selling as well. So definitely check it out there. We're going to talk about this a lot. But here's the thing. Each of these three selling styles have their advantages and their disadvantages. And so I'm going to share with you the potential disadvantage if you're not balanced. So if you're not flexible, you're not balancing, you're not working on your other two dormant archetypes or dormant selling styles, you will be able to hit that 100% conversion rate. And the reason for that is because certain customers need a certain type of salesperson. Sometimes they need more structure of the sales of the leader. Sometimes they need to be defended by the protector. And sometimes they need to be served by the servant and understand the real kind of motivation behind what they're doing. So customers need all three of these kind of during that sales process or that sales journey, that customer journey they're on. They need all three. But if we're out of rapport, and the rapport is lost, all is lost, if we're not matched up, like if we're currently acting as a protector and then need a leader or a servant, again, we're out of rapport, we're not going to be able to move as fast as we need to. So here's the downside of just being a leader, is that you come across, again, too rigid, too inflexible, and too robotic. Too much structure and not enough flexibility. So the most flexible element in any system controls that system. That's an NLP belief. So the more we can kind of flow like water, as Bruce Lee would say, then the more we have the ultimate power. Now, we don't want to lose that leader structure though, because then we'll be too like Rambo. We'll be too all over the place and we don't want that either. So we want to have structure, but with flexibility. If your protector is your number one, then you could come across like a bully. You come across too kind of dogmatic or like jail warrant, right? And so sometimes it kind of turns people the wrong way. So admittedly, I'm a protector. So protector is my number one, but there's plenty of times that kind of the dark side of my protector comes out and I might come across too aggressive and I'm just trying to sell them something. And that's, again, not what I want. I want to achieve resolution or anything else. And I want that, but I got to obviously balance and add the servant and leader. So again, I don't come across as too aggressive or too dogmatic. They understand my intentions and my heart and what I'm trying to do. And the last is the servant. And the servant is the selling style of understanding their deepest desires, right? What's their problem they're trying to solve? What's their dream outcome? What are they really trying to do here, right? And so that's servant. The downside of that servant is that you could be a pushover and you could be in the friend zone of selling, which means that they like you, they want to have Thanksgiving with you, but they're not going to buy. because, we're kind of waiting for permission too much to be successful and kind of interject our opinions and our beliefs and what we think is right. Now, if we don't have any servant as the protector or the leader, we'll never really understand what the customer is trying to accomplish, and we can be out of rapport and miss them. So you can see they all matter. They all matter. And so right now, I want you to kind of give yourself another goal. So hopefully this is a goal you'll give yourself. And that is that every week you'll figure out, how can I be more of my dormant? How can I unleash more of my dormant this week? I also want you to hold yourself accountable that if you find yourself leashed at all, like you're kind of like, I'm not sure I agree with this, I'm not sure I understand this or why I'm doing this, ask yourself, is that coming from one of your dormant selling styles? Like, for example, if you don't have any leader in yours, or it's not in you, but it's a really dormant, maybe you're not going to like all the structure we give. You don't have that protector in you. Maybe you're going to think, hey, I don't want to talk about the competition. This is too kind of much, or if you don't have any servant in you, then you might think this seems really, I don't know, too personal. I don't want to go that personal with this customer. So these might be the leashes that pop up because that dormant selling style. But again, the goal is that you make all of your dormants just as strong as your dominants. And then that's it. 100% give yourself a double pay raise by doing that. Because again, my belief system is that we're all doing the best we can with the resources we have, and positive change always comes from adding more resources. So if we can make our dormants as strong as our dominants, we 100% will sell more.